Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks, and this is the center of it. I started looking at it. This is made up of lines also. Inside lines, outside lines, dashes. This is going to play havoc with the laser. If we start here, let me zoom in a little bit. And if we look, there are 507 objects. So it's going to cut there. I mean, regardless if it's going over the page, it's cutting, right next to it. Well, let's go down further. It's cutting, let's turn that red. It's going to cut that line, then it's going to cut that line, and it's still got all these black dashes to cut. Now, even though they're in some sort of order, it's going to take forever. And the reason that I decided to make the video, because this is pretty easy to fix, regardless of what I did in that first video. We've got some nodes that are terrible. I don't even know if that would cut. I haven't even looked to see what they are, a hairline. That'll probably cut, but that might not break. So hopefully this won't take too long. Select it all. Go up to object, break the 507 apart till you get your weld tool, and let's weld it. This is going to take just a little bit of time because there's a lot of welding. That wasn't too bad. Now it's all at least one piece, but our parts are still broken. You know, they're not good, clean joints. So let's take the shape tool, and then here's kind of the key. Let's get rid of that. Let's open up Windows, Dockers, Join Curves. Now here's the key. When you have this, you've got all the nodes selected, but it's just showing you the nodes. You don't have them selected. Take your shape tool and turn them all to solid color, and then hit apply. This is going to take just a second too, but this is going to save them a lot of time. And if we look now, we have good, clean joints everywhere. And because of that, we've only got a curve on one layer, but if we go to object and break the curve apart, now we only have 410 objects. And somehow it messed that up a little bit. Let me back up here and see what's going on. So if that ever happens, you could take your shape tool. So select it all with your pick tool. Then take your shape tool. Well, what I'm going to have to do is go back to where we had all the nodes selected, but select it all and then grab the shape tool. Sometimes that doesn't work, sometimes it does. Oh, it hadn't welded. I backed it up till it wasn't welded anymore. So let's weld this again. And then there's our problem right there. There's a problem with the drawing. That might be easy enough to fix because we're welded now. We can go to object, break the curve apart. Let's see if we can't delete. Yeah, there somehow he's got a double line or something hidden. But if we do that just to enough of these, thankfully it's just a few. And this will probably never happen to you, but trying to help out this one person. Now, there's probably what's wrong with it right there. There are some missing lines. Let's go back before it was welded. There's the problem right there. There are some missing lines. So what we could do, if this side is good and this side is bad, we could try to do what we did before. Let's group this together, Control G, hit P, put it in the center of the page, bring in our indexing lines and hit P top and bottom. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult because of that right there. But tell you what, I'm just going to delete this side since it was the bad side. Then you need to zoom in and make sure you get all this. And I'm really questioning myself if it's going to work. Yeah, it should, because I was going to say maybe they're the opposite shape. But we need to delete everything on that side of the line. And you could have done this in a quarter like I did the other one. It might just be a little bit more difficult. The indexing line is stopping the virtual segment delete key from deleting everything on that side of the line. Because those are broken lines, we have to hit, see, there's that little dash of a line he had. Let me go ahead and finish this. If you're not interested, please, I always want to say please hang up, but just please stop watching. Because this isn't for everybody. See, there's like another line there. All right, now we're on a roll. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and delete all this. Save us some time. See if this will work. Yeah, I think we're good. Now the only problem is going to be matching this up. So let's group this together, Control G. While the control button's being held down, that didn't work. Make sure you get the cross arrow in it. I didn't make a duplicate. Make sure you get the cross arrow. Now we might have to add a few lines. No, we don't. Now this is where you're going to want to really set your nudge distance really low. And we still haven't fixed the joints. Let's see what our nudge distance is. Let's go 0.001. That is one group, so we should be able to just nudge this till that line meets. Okay? And then just do the same thing. So I would group this now, Control G, while holding down the control button and get that arrow. Control D to make a duplicate. And why that is not working out like that is because of those arrows up at the top. It's not symmetrical. Now, I see a couple lines I didn't delete. So make sure this is all clean. Now, grab that and start moving up. And if you hold down your shift key, it'll go faster. You don't have to change your nudge distance. And then when you get pretty close, stop, zoom in, and grab your, you could actually go right there. Now let's try to go up to Object, Group, and Ungroup All. Grab the Shape tool. Well, we're going to have to weld it like we did before. Weld. Hopefully this won't take very long. Very good. Grab your Shape tool, then select all your nodes and hit Apply. And we could have done the same thing we did in the earlier videos. Now you've got a lot less cutting to do for the laser. Let's open up our Docker again for our object. And we need to ungroup them. Break curve apart. Now if you look, it's going to cut. It's going to be all over the board again, but it's not near the amount of work it was going to have to do before. Because when it cuts up in here, it's just going to cut this triangle, cut that outside line, and you're going to get good, clean cuts. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.